Blood pressure is simply the force of your blood pushing against the walls of your arteries as your heart pumps it through your body. These arteries carry blood from your heart to the rest of your body. But if that pressure stays too high for too long, what we call high blood pressure or hypertension, it can raise your risk of serious health problems like heart disease and stroke. The good news is, there are a few simple lifestyle changes that can help lower it. And one of the easiest ways to start is by paying attention to your diet, especially what you drink in the morning. In this video, we're sharing 4 simple morning drinks that can really make a difference, along with a few you might be better off avoiding. Let's start with beetroot juice. It's one of the most popular natural drinks for lowering blood pressure, and for good reason. Beetroot juice is packed with nitrates, which your body converts into something called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps relax and widen your blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow, and that helps bring your blood pressure down. A 2024 systematic review and meta-analysis looked at 11 randomized controlled trials involving 349 adults with hypertension. It found that daily nitrate intake from beetroot juice significantly reduced systolic blood pressure by an average of 5.31 millimeters of mercury. However, it didn't show a significant effect on diastolic pressure. In another short-term study, researchers focused on 14 postmenopausal women with high blood pressure who weren't very physically active. Each woman drank nitrate-rich beetroot juice every day for a week. About 2.5 hours later, they did some moderate aerobic exercise. The result? Their blood vessel function improved, and their systolic blood pressure dropped by about 9 points during recovery, compared to those who didn't. Next up, we've got pomegranate juice. And this one's backed by some pretty impressive research. It's loaded with powerful antioxidants, especially polyphenols like punicolagens. These compounds help reduce inflammation and support the health of your blood vessels. They also boost nitric oxide availability in the body, which helps relax and widen your blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow and naturally lowering your blood pressure. A 2024 review looked at 22 randomized controlled trials and found that pomegranate juice significantly lowered blood pressure. On average, systolic pressure dropped by about 7.87 millimeters of mercury, and diastolic pressure came down by 3.23 millimeters of mercury. And get this, people who started with a systolic reading above 130 millimeters of mercury saw even better results. An earlier meta-analysis from 2016 showed a similar effect. After reviewing 8 trials involving 574 participants, researchers found an average drop of about 4.96 millimeters of mercury in systolic and 2.01 millimeters of mercury in diastolic pressure. The benefits were seen whether people drank less than or more than 240 milliliters per day, and even with shorter durations. And here's something really interesting. A recent study suggests that pomegranate juice might work by blocking the same enzyme targeted by some blood pressure medications, the ACE enzyme. That's just one more reason why pomegranate juice might be a smart addition to a heart-healthy routine. Next up, let's talk about tomato juice. And this one might surprise you. It's not just something you toss into a salad. It's packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect your blood vessels and reduce oxidative stress. Tomatoes are also a great source of potassium, which helps balance sodium levels, an important part of managing blood pressure. Now let's dive into what the science says. A 2024 study published in the journal Nutrients followed more than 7,000 older adults in Spain over a 3-year period. Researchers found that those who consumed over 110 grams of tomatoes or tomato-based products per day had a 36% lower risk of developing high blood pressure, compared to those who consumed less than 44 grams a day. Even among individuals who already had stage 1 hypertension, there were small but consistent reductions in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. But that's not all. Another study from Japan, published in Food Science and Nutrition, tracked 481 adults over the course of a year. They were given access to unsalted tomato juice without changing anything else in their diets. Among the 94 participants with untreated high blood pressure or prehypertension, systolic pressure dropped by about 4 millimeters of mercury and diastolic by around 2 millimeters of mercury. And these changes happened without any other adjustments to diet or lifestyle. According to a study published in the American Heart Journal, tomato extract supplementation led to significant blood pressure reductions, with some participants seeing systolic drops of nearly 8 millimeters of mercury and diastolic by about 4, especially in people with higher blood pressure. Now let's talk about tea, especially green and black tea, and what science says about their impact on blood pressure. Both types are rich in antioxidants like flavonoids and catechins, which are known to support heart health by improving blood vessel function and reducing inflammation. And the research backs this up. A 2020 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Human Hypertension looked at 24 studies on green tea. It found that green tea helped lower systolic blood pressure by about 1.17 millimeters of mercury and diastolic pressure by around 1.24 millimeters of mercury. Black tea has also shown benefits in other studies, though the effects tend to be slightly smaller, typically reducing both systolic and diastolic pressure by about 1 to 2 millimeters of mercury. And there's more. A large 2023 study published in BMC Public Health explored how different tea drinking habits affect blood pressure over time. It found that the type of tea you drink, how often you drink it, how much, and for how long, all play a role. For example, people who drank black tea regularly for more than 15 years in moderate amounts saw their systolic blood pressure drop by between 2.6 and 5.8 millimeters of mercury. And get this, those results happened even without major changes in diet or lifestyle. While the effect on diastolic pressure wasn't as strong, the study suggests that long-term, consistent tea consumption may be a simple and natural way to support better heart health. If you have high blood pressure, there are some drinks you'll want to avoid. Skip sugary drinks like soda, sweetened juices, and energy drinks. They can spike your numbers. Limit alcohol. Too much can raise your pressure and interfere with medications. Avoid regular energy drinks. They're loaded with caffeine and other stimulants that can raise your blood pressure. Creamy coffees and full-fat milk are high in saturated fat, which isn't great for your heart. And be careful with licorice tea made from real licorice root. It can raise blood pressure too. Now here's something to keep in mind. Blood pressure tends to be higher in the morning, so the timing of your drinks might matter. Beetroot juice may work best before breakfast to help with nitrate absorption. Pomegranate and tomato juice are great with breakfast, a heart-healthy way to start the day. And tea? It's a fine morning choice, but if you're sensitive to caffeine, decaf might be a better fit. More research is still needed to determine the best time of day to drink teas and juices for lowering blood pressure. So it really comes down to what feels right and fits your routine. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to Blood Pressure Healthcare for more tips on managing and maintaining healthy blood pressure. Stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.